Bet you did not see a late night stream coming from me. It's like 9:15 p.m. So we're doing a later stream tonight. Mainly because I have felt like ass all day. Lately I've been waking up feeling like ass more often than not. It's gotta be my diet, exercise, and just all the crappy lack of self-care that I go through. But that's not why you were here. You are here to watch us play a little Pokemon. And that's what we're gonna do tonight. It's been a little stormy out. So I wanted to go live about an hour ago, but I was kind of waiting to see what the weather was gonna do. To see if the power was gonna go out. But it didn't, so we can continue. Hello everyone and welcome back. More Pokemon Red. We've made it to Fuchsia City. And that means we have a lot to do today. First order of business. Why do anything else? We gotta tackle the gym. Been a hot minute since we did a gym battle. We're gonna fight Mr. Hypno. I think this guy has a Hypno. I think. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. Very out of place because this gym is full of poison type Pokemon. Why Hypno? I don't know. But I'm coming out swinging. Just gotta burn it all to the ground. I better heal. Alright, looks like we're gonna need to buy some potions too. So we're gonna need a little shopping too. That doesn't bother me. We're right next door to a gym. Poisoning me is not gonna ruin my day. Oh yeah, let me go back and heal. Alright, that's usually the most problematic trainer in this gym, so we got him out of the way quick. Yeah, Fuchsia City has a lot to do. There's a gym here. There is the Safari Zone here. There's a ton of trainers to the east. Cycling road to the west, which we've already went down. We should be able to... Move deleter. This false teeth. Bill's your grandson. I think this is the guy who watches over Bill's place during the Gold and Silver era. Safari Warden. Old Pokemon merchandise. Pokemon photos and fossils are on display. Of course, I need strength to be able to move that boulder. So in the anime, the Safari Zone episode was pulled because the Safari Zone warden carried a revolver, a large revolver. And I guess they felt that was too much for a kid's cartoon. Let's see. Super Rod. Of course, you have your old rod, good rod, super rod. Let's see what we can fish up. Not even a nibble. Why? Nibble, nibble, nibble. No, nibble, 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 nibble. Goldie! Let's see what a full-on flamethrower will do to a water Pokemon. Well, it was a critical hit, so thank them, apparently. Come on. I want to catch a Goldeen. Oh. Oh, you gonna do me like this? There we go. Thinking. Better. Pokeball, go! Interesting. I'm gonna catch you. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Okay, maybe we should paralyze you. Alright. I've got one of those itches on my leg going that no matter how many times you scratch it, it just keeps itching. Hate those. Alright, Charmeleon. Good, come back. Your foe's weak. Get him right, you. The most pointless attack. Oh, I got rid of Thunder Wave because I'm an idiot. Who has Thunder Wave? Dragonair. I'm so stupid. Now I should be able to grab you. Really? That surprises me. You're not a legendary Pokemon. I don't know what you think you're doing. Just because I'm not using Great Balls and Ultra Balls? It is, isn't it? I might need to buy some. This is the one. I tried to speak it into the universe, but no, that didn't work. Late night calls for McDonald's delivery. What it says. Here lately, every time I go into McDonald's to get me a tea, I go in, I walk up to the counter, and they're like, you have a, what you call it? The food delivery people? Uber Eats and the other one. I'm like, no. I just want to place an order. And now when I go through the drive-thru too, they're like, will you be using our app today? No. I'm old. I don't like it. Like, this is where I distinctly realized that I've turned into an old person, because I'm very much just want to roll up to the window and place an order. I don't want to get on my phone and do an app and all that crap. I understand that it cuts down on wait time. I understand the future, yada, yada, yada. I already have a bajillion apps on my phone. I don't need more apps on my confound phone. There's too many apps. It's Always Sunny already did a whole episode about this. It's enough with the apps. I was also about to say, are we still trying to catch this thing? It's been 10 minutes, you sumbitch. The horn on its head is sharp like a drill. It bores a hole in a boulder to make its nest. Well, that was a whole ordeal. The store should be up around here somewhere. The layout for this town is also very stupid. I hate it. You can't get anywhere. Okay, let's see. I think I'll take some Ultra Bows. That breaks my bank, apparently, though. What do we have? What do we have? Let's see. You can have that. You can have that. Doesn't look like I have a lot of stuff I can sell. Why do I have very little money? Strange. Omnite. An extremely rare Pokemon that was regenerated from a fossil. Substitute. Oh, sweet. Ooh, a lot of my Pokemon can learn Substitute. Okay. What would be the smartest here? Biofilm, probably. But cut. Stupid cut. It's taking up a whole space that I need. Damn it. Now, does that mean it's in my Pokedex now that I've looked at it right here? Let's find out. Oh, I need to start filling out my Pokedex. It did. It put Almanite in there. Let's see. Yep. Sorry, my face cam is in the way of me being able to see where the little cursor is. Like, let me show you. See, there's a little cursor here, and with my face cam in the way, I can't see where the little cursor is. Alrighty, it's time to do the thing. Ah, we don't have enough money. Son of a bitch, that's embarrassing. You know what? I guess we'll tackle the gym first. That'll give us a little bit of money, and that way we can actually work on the safari zone. I mean, we did start today's episode by coming into the gym first, so I guess it'll take maybe 10-15 minutes to knock this out, give or take, depending on how pain in the ass they try to be with putting me to sleep and stuff. I'm gonna evolve this Charmeleon, that's for sure. We have ourselves a good old-fashioned Charizard today. Yeah, I started not to stream today, and I was like, nah, I can't afford to not stream every day. I'm so far behind. Because, like, I've been thinking about this for a long time now. And when we get into year 10 on the channel, I want to start doing brand new games that we've never played before, brand new franchises. We'll have spent an entire decade in the Nintendo universe just playing the same games over and over and over. I don't want to do that for another 10 years. So we're going to make some hella changes to the way we operate here. I'm not saying we're not going to play this stuff. It's just going to take a back seat for a bit. But I've got 2 Pokemon games to finish. 3 if you count Pokopia. Or at least a story mode for Pokopia. It's like Animal Crossing or Minecraft. We can play Pokopia indefinitely forever, just building wild, crazy things. But the little story mode that's in there, I want to finish up sometime soon. Find out what happened to all the humans. Set place in future Kanto. Pretty excited. The Kanto heavy year for the 30th anniversary, which is fine by me. I'm a Kanto boy. Kanto Johto boy. Those are my 2 favorite areas. They're also the 2 I'm most familiar with, you know. We have evolution once this battle's over. You know what? Come to think of it, though, I need to make sure that I don't faint if that's the case. Damn it. This D-pad is so wonky. They set him with the flamethrower. Shut down his whole career. Cuddly baby Taper. Better let up. Rawr. Woo. 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 Charizard. You can 100% learn wing attack, buddy. Ooh. Charizard! I talked smack on Charizard in the past, but it's mainly just because it received such an unbalanced amount of love from people over the years. And I'm just like, hello? Hello? McFly, hello? Blastoise here. But I have grown to love all 3. And I have a hard time picking one over the other than my obvious, nostalgic, emotional attachment to Blastoise. I have since learned to really appreciate Charizard more. Flying fire dragon, but not real dragon monster. It is so weird to me that Charizard's not part dragon. Because he looks like a dragon. That is a bit weird. Night night, sad slash. See, Arbok. I deal with him. Should have just done that from the beginning. Now I have to go back and heal. You guys like my new shirt? Tokyo Fishing Club. Catching peace. Yeah, I need to buy more shirts. I've been wearing the same like 6 or 7 shirts day in day out for a while, and I've done that over the years because I do laundry at least once a week, and I'll burn through all of my shirts in 1 week, which is unfortunate because they don't last as long doing it that way, but clothes are expensive. I got a pile of laundry right here next to me right now that I need to fold and put away. I keep waiting on them to use Venonat and Venomoth and Muck and Grimer, but they just keep using Sandslash and stuff. I guess that's all gonna be, I guess that's gonna be up to Koga to use those guys. Arbok, yeah, see? You're gonna get this treatment. Wow, Slam really didn't do much damage. Oh! Oh, hey, oh, hey, hello, hello! Hello! What with the paralyzing and the stuff and the such? You son of a bitch. Ha ha! Shed skin, bitch. My smugness knows no bounds. I try not to have smug face too often because I can't stand it when other people do it. I hate smugness so much. Smugness is like if it's not the number one spot at the top of my list of things people do I hate, it's pretty far up there. Not a fan of smugness. Even when it's earned, I'm not particularly a big fan of smugness. I find it extremely off-putting. Koga comes from a long line of ninjas. What did I descend from? Farmers. My mom's family's from Ireland. My dad's side of the family from England. Best I can trace it back is like Kent and some other place that I can't pronounce in England. And my family came over to England from somewhere else during the Viking Age, so I don't know. Just general European white guy. I don't know. Definitely not ninjas. Nothing to write home about, but not ninjas. I was able to find out that on my dad's side of the family, they've been here at least since the 1600s. While they were not originally like the first wave of settlers here, they were pretty close to the top, which I'm not particularly fond of because, you know, I am extremely against colonization. So. No, I don't want to learn Lear. Hypno. So there was more than one guy with a Hypno in this gym. Chompies. Didn't do as much damage as I thought it would. I better hit him with the Dragon Rage. My Gyarados has been leveling up slower than I had anticipated. I should probably use her more in battle. Good old gal. Okay. I'm gonna figure out how to get down to this guy. Oh, I guess I battle him from the outside. Alright, I'm not going all the way back for that one guy. A mere child like you dare so challenge me? The very idea makes me shiver with mirth. Very well, I shall show you true terror as a ninja master. Poison brings steady doom. Sleep renders foes helpless. Despair to the creeping horror of poison-type Pokemon. You got it. Coming. Get him, Gyarados. Alright, my strategy for the beginning of this fight is going to be the guaranteed 40 HP damage using Dragon Rage. Boom. He hits me with a sludge. Poisoned. Wash it away. Boom. Aw. Oh no! No! Not my Gyarados, you butthole! Ooh, you jerk. Go, Pidgeotto! Right, we gotta be careful here. Maw! I'm gonna play the long game here with Muck. I don't think Muck is gonna self-destruct, but it's gonna use Minimize a bunch. Which is great because we have an attack that cannot miss. And that's going to be my strategy here. On top of Minimize, it probably is going to try and harden up a good bit. So I'm going to have to like stay on it. Nice. He is going to heal, though. Going to suck. Suck. It's gonna suck. For me. Not be great. For me. Oh no. I'm poisoned. Badly poisoned, too. We're just gonna nip that in the bud immediately. Shit. Shit. It's a tough fight. No! Pidgeotto! Damn it. You have dig, right? Perfect. Get in there, Raichu. Quick, underground. What's it gonna do? Minimize. Yeah, there we go. It starts. Quick, back underground. Don't give it the opportunity. Boom! Perfect. That's not so great, though. Raichu, return. Charizard, go for it. Hit him with flamethrower. Again. We can withstand a good old sludge. Poisoned. Flamethrower, one more time. Hit him where it hurts. Aim for the face. Yeah. Good work, Charizard. Ball bearing. Yes, I desperately need to switch out. We'll go with Dragonair. Shed Skin should help cure us of poison. He's probably going to use a Wheezing, right? That'd be my guess. That ought to slow things down a peg. A peg or two. It's infatuated and mobilized plus paralyzed, which will give me time to heal up Charizard. Because I'm going to need you, buddy. Let's see. Probably couldn't hurt to do this too. That Shed Skin really comes in handy. Yes, it does. Cure Charizard of poison. Hopefully it'll burn a turn with immobilization. Sweet. It'll let me do this. I'm surprised he hasn't switched out coughing yet. That'll buy me a little bit of time. to heal up some of my team. There it is. I was waiting on it. He got fed up waiting on me. Oh, you can't afford to do that again, though. You're down to just wheezing. I wouldn't recommend it. Let's finish this Charizard. And that's how it's done. Ooh, we can now use Surf. We just need to go after it. Ooh, we have Toxic now too. We just became more dangerous. Dangerous. I'm gonna be a menace to society now. You know what's so beautiful about these early Pokemon games? No annoying fucking characters running up to you as soon as you do something. No annoying hand holding. No annoying come over here real quick. No tons of NPCs who are constantly up your ass, constantly calling, constantly showing up everywhere you are. Just the glory days of being allowed to travel and do things at your own pace. Just now we have 5 badges. Just 3 more to go. Yeah, I've been told in the past that those are not valid criticisms. I've been told in the past that, you know, I need to shut up and fuck off with that. But I think that I want to say that's a valid criticism with modern Pokemon games. Like, you look at something as simple as, like, let's say Gold and Silver versus Heart Gold and Soul Silver. They added the Lyra character, and she's constantly showing up and constantly having like 5 pages of dialogue. And then by the time you get to Black and White, you have 2 other protagonists who are constantly showing up. Then by the time you get to X and Y, it's the worst it's ever been. You have that entire fucking gaggle of children who go everywhere you go and keep showing up constantly. It's a nightmare. And like, don't get me wrong, I understand they're out to make an RPG, it needs to have a story, etc. But here's the thing with that. Like, people aren't playing Pokemon for the humans. People aren't playing Pokemon for the, like, very little of the world building. People are like literally here for the Pokemon. Everything else is secondary. Pokemon trainers are very generic, and I've watched so many YouTube videos where that's one of like the #1 complaints with Pokemon, like in Gen 4 forward, is that they're all so cookie cutter. They're all giant glass-eyed anime characters that just don't look human. There's no creativity to anybody anymore. Nobody's wearing like real world clothes. Everybody's in some fanciful fucking anime costume. Like, it needs to be reeled back in. The world needs to feel real and lived in again. And that's something that Pokemon's been lacking for decades, is a real feeling lived in world. Just, it's become too anime. And Pokemon, the games were never anime. They were their own little slice of gaming world, you know, slice of life in the gaming universe. People will accuse me of saying all that just because I don't like anime. Maybe, but here's the thing. It doesn't invalidate any of what I just said just because I don't like anime. We're kind of over it at this point, you know? All right, so here's what we're going to do with the Safari Zone. The Safari Zone, as you may know, is divided into sections. We need to go to the absolute furthest section of the Safari Zone to get Surf. Then we could come back in and actually play the Safari game. We will throw a few Pokeballs and try to catch some stuff, but I have a gut feeling that most everything's going to break out and run anyway, so we'll catch what we can along the way. Sometimes you'll get lucky like that. It is easily angered. By swinging its well-developed horn wildly, it can even punch through diamond. Well, I don't know about all that. Diamond's like one of the hardest surfaces, right? I don't know about that. The Safari Zone is kind of big. Well, I caught a Nidoran already, huh? Okay. I also think I'm going to just trade over my Nino King and Queen from Leaf Green so that I can kind of conserve my Moonstones and use them where they're actually needed. Right home. Nope. Now I think the way that the rock bait system works, the rock makes them... The bait makes them easier, harder to catch, but least likely to flee. The rock makes them more likely to flee, but easier to catch. If I'm remembering that system, yeah, see, correctly. So it's a trade-off, you know. Whoa! Venomoth! Let's try some bait. Yeah. The bait makes them harder to catch. So it can kind of be a double-edged sword in a way. Let's see if it'll run. And it didn't run. Now it ran. No, I didn't mean to do that. I'm so used to spamming the A button. Whips. Strong, but not too bright. This Pokemon can shatter even a skyscraper with its charging tackles. Wait, that's right. We didn't catch the other one. What was I thinking? We did need Rhyhorn. Okay, never mind. Happy accident. Doing. Protein. I'm definitely going to sell that. Bum, bum, bum. Execute. Even though it appears to be eggs of some sort, it was discovered to be a life form more like plant seeds. Yeah. They're like little coconuts, right? Now this is usually the patch of grass I come to when I'm trying to get Chansey and some of the others. Chansey, Kangaskhan, Tauros. Tauros was the harder of the three always for me to catch. Chansey, surprisingly easy. Can be annoying to get the actual encounters with Chansey, but once you do, maybe a handful of breakouts, but Kangaskhan's second hardest. Tauros is almost impossible. You're the first person to reach the secret house. Although I made a campaign for our grand opening. I was getting worried that no one would win our campaign prize. Congratulations, you have won. Yay. Red says that about every computer or laptop he reads. Hot name. Now we can do this. $233 steps left. 22 balls left. That's not bad. This patch down here is supposed to be really good for Tauros. Hey, Doduo. Now this is a pretty good way to save your steps. Doing this allows you to just basically have infinite encounters. Just kind of flop back and forth. They count as steps, or they don't count as steps, but they count as like movement enough to rustle a wild Pokemon out of hiding. It's real easy to accidentally throw a Pokeball too, because you're so used to sending a Pokemon out first. Tired. We're running into all the fun stuff. You shut bitch. Enough with the execute. Enough. Nah. Stupid fucking Doduo. Now, I don't need you. I'll tell you what I do need. Other than my throat to stop acting up. Ooh, I'll take a Venomoth. Or no, I won't take a Venomoth. You want to be friends, Venomoth? Apparently not. Fuck off then, wasting my steps and my balls. Da, 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 da. I do desperately need Psyduck. I need to send you to Leaf Green and breed you for Golduck. Yeah! Yeah, that's a thing I can do tonight now. Yeah. Which reminds me. Hold up. It is constantly racked by a headache. When the headache turns intense, it begins using mysterious powers. Imagine always having a headache and then, like, being able to go Super Saiyan and use an incredibly powerful psychic attack. You could also catch Dragonair and Dratini in the Safari Zone, but they're so hard to catch that I wouldn't bother. I would just buy the Dratini from the game corner and get it over with. Its dorsal and pectoral fins are strongly developed like muscles. It can swim at speeds of up to 5 knots. Jesus Christ. I'm not interested in you. Why? Why execute so much today? No, at least it's something different. I'll take it. Its eyes act as radar, enabling it to be active in darkness. The eyes can also shoot powerful beams. Fuck off, execute. What is with you today? How many steps do I have left? Not enough to go anywhere else. Well, we got a handful of Pokemon now, the Safari game. We'll have to come back in and do more. The suckiest thing about the Safari Zone is when you hit a shiny and it runs. I think that's the most infuriating part, honestly, of the Safari Zone. Alright. Oh, Mr. Warden, I have a gift for you. I found your teeth. Thanks, son. You're a real lifesaver. No one could understand a word I said. Not a one. I was too ashamed to show my face around the office. Let me give you something for your trouble. Yeah. More HM garbage. Sorry, I don't know what that sound was. I'm in a mood. $80, $75, $80, $100. Alright, so it does the same amount of damage as Slam, but it's an HM. Might as well then. I found a rare Smandy candy. To the urgent care. I don't know why urgent cares are a thing, because when I was a kid, you just went to the emergency room. If you couldn't make it to your doctor and it was urgent, you went to the emergency room. Don't know why we need separate buildings called urgent cares for that. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I had a warped perception of reality when I was a child, because I was, when you're growing up, you're taught, well, I guess depending on what country you're in and what color of skin you have, you're taught you're usually taught you're supposed to trust the institutions like doctors, firemen, police, all that kind of stuff. You grow up to realize it's all bullshit, but as a kid, for whatever reason in my mind, I thought hospitals were like these official things, Then you grow up and realize that most hospitals are like privately owned. It's all fuck shit, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna get into it. Let me think a minute. What am I meant to be doing now? All right, we have our badge. We did the Safari Zone stuff to get what we needed. Let me think a second. Right. The other thing. Since I'm going to be transferring over Psyduck to Leaf Green, I need to catch myself a Growlithe. Now, Growlithe may be down at Cinnabar Island only, but I was thinking Growlithe might be found here, because I can find Vulpix here in Leaf Green. And I was thinking that isn't Growlithe like the FireRed equivalent to Vulpix as far as version exclusives go. But let me see if Growlithe can be found here. Yay! There he is! Hey, buddy! Hey, little feller. How you doing, Growly? I love you. Dogs are pure of heart creatures that can do no wrong. You run into a bad dog, that's because humans did something to it. Oh shit, it knows roar. Uh-oh. We better nip that in the bud. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na. Very friendly and faithful to people that were trying to repel enemies by barking and biting. I got me a guard dog. What else do I need? What else? Let me Google it and see what else was. The fuck is this? Oh. Let me see what other FireRed exclusives there are. FireRed version exclusives. Ekans. I could have swore I sent over Ekans already. Shelter Scyther, Electabuzz. Scyther is going to be Safari Zone, I think. But where do I get Shelter from? Let's see if it'll tell me where we get it from. Pokedex entry. Boost, learn. Here we go. FireRed, Cinnabar Island, 5 Island, Icehawk Cave, 1 Island, Pallet Town, Vermilion City. Woo, okay. So I can get one right now. Pallet Town or Vermilion City. So it's going to be via fishing. Alright, well we can knock that out. Vermilion or Pallet? I guess we could fly over to Pallet. Sure. Well, we'll do Vermilion. See if we can't catch ourselves a Shelter. A Shelly boy. Now I don't know what rod we need to use for this, unfortunately. So we may have to try multiple rods until we get it right. This will probably give me a Krabby or a Gyarados. Not even a Snibble. You know what? You're getting registered for now, so I don't have to keep going through menus. Chelder! Chelder! Well, hot damn. We're on a roll today, folks. The good thing is they had not introduced the Pokeball breeding mechanic yet. So if I breed the Shellder who's caught in an Ultra Ball, it will just give me a Shellder in a Pokeball. Which honestly I prefer. But at the same time, I do think it's nice to be able to breed Pokeballs that way. Let's see. It is encased in a shell that is harder than diamond. Inside, however, it is surprisingly tender. Boy, they love going the whole diamond route. Okay. That's 3 down in like 2 seconds. And I want to say I did Ekans already. That just leaves Electabuzz and Scyther. Hey, and we have Surf now, so you know what that means. We can go get Electabuzz. Who I want to say is at the power plant. Why wouldn't he be anywhere else? I guess this means we could also go after Zapdos, but I'm not going to do that today. No, that's a task for another day. Yeah. I also don't feel like battling that guy right now. I specifically just want my Electabuzz. See, since I might have to actually battle though. See, I don't know if I can paralyze Electabuzz. I guess we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Magnadon. Yeah, I do need to catch you, but I don't want to deal with it right now. I guess I don't have a choice, do I? Okay. 2 can play at that game, son. Danny boy. Danny. Danny boy. Oh, I'm out of tea. Well, we can't use Attract on Magneton as it has no apparent gender. Sonic boom, sonic boom, sonic boom. That should leave us with a hair. Yeah, enough to catch. Okay, boy, go. Alright, we can catch you. Come on. You're paralyzed and have no health left. Come on. But it's gonna be like that, huh? It's gonna be like that, huh? You won't do that quite so quickly with my Vileplume. Vileplume. God damn it, you fucking bitch. I don't have all night for this shit. We're at the end of today's episode. Let go. You cuntwad. You bitch face. You're just gonna make me catching Electabuzz all that more difficult. A link cluster formed of several Magnemite. It discharges powerful magnetic waves at high voltage. You wiped out my dragon with your stank face. Here you go, Dragonair. I'm sorry, sweetie. It had to be a cunt. I know. I know. Just move some of this stuff around. I want to try to get as many of these Pokemon as possible before we end today. That way I can do all the trading at once. Although I won't get the Scyther today. It's okay. There he is! He yelled at me. And then he looked at me with his eyes. Yay! It does work. Electabuzz is such a cool design. I really like Electabuzz. Your hook. Immobilize my love. Lets me do this. Ooh, it's still attacked. Well, look at you. I hope you don't have a less than 40 HP. Sweet. Is that what have screwed me? Over and by a lot. Ultra Ball. Hot damn. Now I will double check real quick, but I'm pretty sure that Scyther is Safari Zone. It loves to feed on strong electricity. It occasionally appears around large power plants and so on. Not the and so on. Right, let's see. FireRed. Ah, Celadon City and Safari Zone. I was right. Let's get the hell out of here. Voltorb. Run. Run. Well, as much as I hate to have to tackle this today, we really need that Scyther. Let me see if it'll say which part of the Safari Zone. Scyther. Just gonna be rarity. Ooh. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Onward to Scyther. If I can pick up the right device. I'm trying to pick up my mouse. Like that's gonna do something. I know it's late, but I'm still surprised nobody came into chat today. I'm glad it doesn't take as long to save on these versions as it did the original hardware. Now you will notice you cannot save once you enter the Safari Zone. You are here. This bitch. Honey, No. Cha. No. The only problem is I don't know what sector has the most. Why are you at the bottom of the list? Like, seriously? But I will try this for a bit. We can ask. We'll ask Gemini. What part of the Safari Zone in FireRed can Scyther most easily be found in? Voice to text had no idea what a Scyther was. It's spelled sight there. S-I-T-E space T-H-E-I-R. Found in Area 1. While Scyther can technically be encountered in several sections, it is easiest to find in Area 1 because it's the highest encounter right there compared to other zones. Directly at the east of the main entrance. Well, some bitch! We came all the way over here. The water is dyed a deep blue. That's creepy. Is this Area 1? Is this what you mean? Chancey! I didn't see you coming. I'm gonna break out and run. Let me see what Area 1 is. Location Area 1. Center area. Okay, so it's going to be over here on the side. I did not see Chancey showing up this early in the day. Ah, here we go. This is going to be Scyther territory, and we could just do this until we find one. Uh-oh, that T's starting to go through me. Parasect. Or, yeah, Parasect. Just watching carefully. Well, so am I. You fucker. Just wasting my balls. You're busting my balls, man. You're busting my balls. You know, for a Pokemon that has a higher counter rate than the rest here in this area, you sure aren't showing it. Oh, Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan. You guys are going to be hard catches. Probably have to port them in from Leaf Green just to get their dex data. There ain't no way they're ever going to let me catch them. It took a while in Leaf Green to catch them. So we ran into Chansey and Kangaskhan long before we ran into Scyther. Love that for me. And this will give me something to work on tonight too when I settle in. Get off this bike. Make this a hell of a lot easier if I'm not on the bike. Hi there! Scyther! I need you, Scyther! Where are you? Scyther! To Kangaskhan before Scyther. It's close. This is fucking stupid. No, I didn't need to do that. Encounter rate 4%. Well, that's bullshit. Does this help? I don't think that counts. I don't think it could do it that fast and have it still count. It's gonna sit on one ass cheek. Nope. It's trying to conjure up a Scyther. Scyther, 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 itchy, Scyther, Scyther. Scyther! I summon you, you son of a bitch! No. I'm not magic. I have no powers. I have no power. I gotta pee though, so you gotta hurry up, boy. I don't think it's gonna happen today, folks. I don't think we're gonna see your boy Scyther. I'm gonna give up and do this instead. Since it's just $5, we'll try this method. $5 a play at the Safari Zone. There's the other Nidoran. Item. It's going to be so glorious to see his green face when we see him. His giant scythe hands. gonna be so much better than seeing Grimace here. Cause after all, you might wonder why. Come on, Scyther. Come on, buddy. Come on, friendo. Crescendo, friendo, rindo, lindo, bendo, pindo, tindo, gendo, mendo, bendo, lindo, zendo. Come on! We're all sick of this. Not more Del Duo. Okay. I think that's gonna be about it for us for today, folks. We'll just run out our steps. But I don't think it's gonna happen. We did a lot today, though. We did the initial run of the Safari Zone, got the surf and everything that we needed, and fought Koga at his gym and got another badge. We did catch a lot of good stuff at the Safari Zone. We just didn't catch the big thing that we need. Like I said, I could port in Kangaskhan and Tauros from Leaf Green to get their dex entries if we absolutely have to. You bitch. Just wasting Pokeballs. I don't think we're gonna see Scyther today. And yes, I am trying desperately to trigger reverse psychology here, and it's not working. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you. Bum 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 bum. I was at the Safari Zone, looking around everywhere. I knew it was a snowball's chance in hell, but I just had to make you aware. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want to. You would cry too if Scyther kept on hiding like a big fat bitch. Bum 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 bum. Scyther! This is stupid. This is stupid. Let me yell at AI. Are you absolutely sure your data is correct? Because we've been here for 20 minutes and I have not seen Scyther number 1. The counter rate in the main culprit in the center area Scyther has a 1% counter rate. Area 1 jumps slightly. In area 1, it jumps slightly to 4%. You'll only see one Scyther in every 25 Pokemon you encounter. At 1%, you'll only see one in every 100. Oh my Christ. Well, this is fucking stupid. We could do the pivot trick. We could do the repel trick. We could do all this stuff, but I thought the RNG gods would shine down upon us today, seeing as how we are trying to do an episode, but no. We've done way more than 25 encounters at this point. Inside they're just... Oh, that made me dizzy. There's Blue Bitch. $92 steps left. And I'm afraid that's it. Our time is up for the day. Well, I'll do these trades in between episodes. Work on that. Because I'm working on a living dex in Leaf Green. That's where my Blastoise and all my other main Pokemon are, so... I'll need to get these version exclusives over there tonight and get those eggs made. I don't know if I did this a minute ago, so I'll do this real quick before we head out. Well, I was intending for today's episode to only be an hour, but it ended up being an hour and a half. So. But there it is. My obligatory stream for the day. Because, like I said, I want to stop falling behind as much as I have. I was talking to Lewis about this. I've started too many games at once. And I'd like to kind of start ticking some of these off my list, because come November, we're going to be doing things a lot differently than what I've been doing for a long time now. So I'm mindful of where we are and what we got going on. Trust me. All right, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for indulging me with a late stream, although I don't think anybody was here. It says one viewer every time I go live, and I don't know who that is, or... You know, I hear that it's bad etiquette to, like, demand lurkers come out and say something in chat, so I'm not saying do that. You're allowed to lurk all you want. It's just, I don't know if it's a real person watching, or if it's counting me having chat open as a viewer. So it's a technical thing, I don't know. Yeah, don't let me click it and see. But anyway, that's it for today's episode. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you right back here tomorrow for more. Bye.